This video is brought to you by the Craft Channel in association with Fimo. For more information, visit www.fimo.com. Hello and welcome to the Craft Channel in association with Fimo. I'm here with Corinne Bradd, who's going to show us how to use this bead roller.
Yeah, now the bead roller has been specifically designed so that you can make multiple beads that are all the same size. It's dead easy to use, and when you've done it, you can create sort of Byzantine style jewellery that's really on trend at the minute.
Yeah.
I mean, this has just been simply put on a piece of memory wire.
Okay.
With preciosa crystals in between each one of them.
All the beads are really uniform, so is that with the aid of the bead roller?
Yes. Yeah. What it is, your bead roller comes in two halves to start with.
Okay.
And what you'll notice, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but you've got a triangle shape to make the bicone beads.
Okay, so these are these ones.
Yeah. There's an oval to make the olive-shaped beads, and a circle to make perfectly round beads.
Oh, brilliant.
So the second half of it fits on top, so that it would make the whole bead shape.
Okay.
Now to help you, you've got a little guide plate here. This just clips in here.
Yep.
So that when you click the second half on, you can move these backwards and forwards, and they stay in line. And what it does is it rolls the Fimo soft.
Yeah, which would be
to make a bead.
Shape.
So you do need to make sure you've got the right amount of Fimo in there. If you've got too much Fimo in there, when you try and rub them together, it will sort of like spread out and break up. So with this set here, which is the first basic set that creates those beads, you've got a measuring ring, which I nearly dropped on the floor. Now the measuring ring, it's about 1 centimetre in diameter, and it's about 1 centimetre from front to back. So this is a really good thing to use when you're first doing it, because it means that you can get your beads exactly the right size.
So you're just warming the clay up first?
Yeah, I'm just warming it up slightly.
Are you
just
using the Fimo effect clay as well?
Yeah, now the effect clays, this comes in several different colours. We've got a range of them over there.
Okay.
And it's almost like a pearlescent clay.
Yeah, it's got glitter in it.
Yeah, well the pearlescent ones have got a very fine glitter in. These round beads here that I've made, these red ones.
Those are really pretty.
Yeah, now they've got a thicker red glitter in. They're almost, when they're varnished, it almost gives the effect of a miracle bead.
Yeah. I really like the gold ones as well.
What, the gold? These ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you do is you roll your Fimo soft into a sausage. So then if you pop it into the bead measuring ring, push it all the way down, and then just slice the end off.
Brilliant.
What you should have in here is a piece of clay that's 1 centimetre long by 1 centimetre in diameter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter that it hasn't come out round, because you'll be doing that in a second to put it in the bead roller.
So you do a few of these before you put them in the Fimo bead roller?
Once you get used to it, I mean, there's other types of Fimo bead roller about anyway, with different sizes and designs of beads.
But this just creates a different shape.
Yeah, not all of them have the measuring ring, but once you become more confident with it, to be honest, you can get away without using the measuring ring. You'll be able to judge by eye how big 1 centimetre is, or you can just measure it up against a ruler.
Okay.
So I've got 3 here, so I can show you the 3 different types of bead that you use. Just roughly roll that into a ball in the palm of your hand, yeah?
Okay, do you want me to do the other ones?
No, it's okay, I can do it in a sec. And then if you pop it, we'll do the round one first of all. Pop it in the round groove. Make sure you got it the right way round and line this groove up. Okay. And then you simply slide this backwards and forwards. Don't press too hard on it.
Okay.
Don't, push it together really hard. Let it slide evenly backwards and forwards.
That's with the guiding that comes with the Fimo roller.
And then you'll have a round bead.
Brilliant.
I'm just going to pop this on ice for a sec, because I need to show you something else in a minute. And the best way to do, before you try and put holes in your beads, is to chill them in the fridge for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
It really does make a difference, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to squash the bead when you're trying to put the pin through it.
Okay.
This is the oval bead. Again, same thing, you just roll it into a ball and then you just carefully slide it backwards and forwards to make your olive.
That's really pretty.
And then the bicone, which is the ones that I've used here, and they come out really well actually. They're quite an unusual bead, and they're really quite usable as well. It makes a change in a piece of jewellery. It makes it look like a gemstone almost, but out of like a precious stone, not a diamond, but you know what I mean. And again like that.
Okay.
So once they've been chilled, hasn't been chilled for that long, but I'm going to try and show you now.
Yeah.
You get a set of sticks. Now these are specific sticks for
using
in the bead roller.
Ones.
Yeah, these are the Fimo ones. I find the best thing to do is if you sort of use it in a drilling motion, so you rub it between your forefinger and your thumb until it comes out the other end. So you don't push it in.
No.
But the other thing is also, once you've done that, if you just gently take that off and then just put the pin back in the exit hole, just so that where you've got a small indentation in the top of the bead where you've pushed it in, you'll get the same thing on the other side.
So you're doing this with the round bead?
Yeah. The other thing, to get this sort of effect that we've got here, which is like the all over metallic effect, if you get some of the Fimo flakes, I've got some here, you just rub them between your fingers to make them smaller. Drop your bead in there, roll it around a bit.
And that just sticks on without any glue?
Yeah, it will stick on. Now that looks really scruffy, don't worry about that at all. Because if you just pop it back in your bead roller, and normally you would do this actually before you pierce the hole in it. And again, rub it backwards and forwards. It flattens the flakes down, and these bits that protrude, if you just put the holes in and bake them like that, when they're dry, you can just, all you just do is just flake off the excess, and what hasn't stuck to the Fimo comes off really easily.
So it makes them look really almost mottled, doesn't it?
The other thing that you can do as well, I mean, I've done it here, is you can make cabochons with them. So you've got like an olive and a round bead stuck in this pendant. If you part bake your beads without the holes in them for about 10 minutes.
Is that on the same temperature?
Yeah, same temperature. It's 110 degrees centigrade or 230 degrees Fahrenheit. And normally you need to bake your beads for half an hour. But if you just part bake them for 10 minutes, they should be hard enough that you can work with, but they should be soft enough that you can just slice in half.
And that's a Fimo tool?
Yeah, with a cutting blade. So you've got a semicircle. And then you could do something like, these are the ring blanks that Fimo also do. They do a lot of jewellery findings. So if you press, let's use this because this will look really pretty. If you press a piece of gold-leafed clay into this finding, like this, and then you can press your cabochon into the centre of it.
So those bakeable as well?
Yeah, the findings are completely bakeable as well.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So you can have, you know, a matching ring to go with a necklace. Things like that. So you can make some lovely stuff. I mean, these discs have simply been made from sort of 1 to 2 mil thick Fimo, covered in gold leaf, and then cut out with 2 circular cutters. But always remember, before you bake them, remember to put the holes in for threading. What you can do, if you do forget, you will probably find that you can use a pin drill to drill through the Fimo to put the holes in, but it's much, much easier to do it beforehand.
Of course.
And there you go. But it's very simple. As I say, the beads that come out, you can make them, you know, they're all the same size and you can make them really regular. Just again to show you, you know, when you do your holes, pop it in from one end and use a drilling motion until it just comes out of the other end. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but my hands might be in the way. There. And then just come back in again from the other side. And the other thing I tend to do is I've got some blocks of Fimo that I put on a baking surface, for example, like this. I thread several beads onto one piercing tool, and then I just pop them. I've made grooves in the tops of my baked Fimo, so you can put them there so it keeps them off the baking mat, so they don't get distorted.
And you can make a few at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks for sharing that, Corinne.
That's okay.
Thanks very much for joining us here on the Craft Channel. For more information, head to www.fimo.com. Thanks very much.